Hey guys, this video is all about my build along with Notsoaveragebuilder on the master grade Sinanju Stein Ver.Ka. So here are the details. First and foremost, this is not a build off, this is only a build along. The two of us got together and wanted to create an easy to follow build along series for anyone who wanted to tackle an entire project. So we will be building, painting, adding some details, decaling, and then having a final build within this series. The object of this is to try to get anybody such as yourself to follow along with us, start your own project, and see how two different builders with different build styles can actually put together the same kit. So our sponsor, USA Gundam Store, provided us each a master grade Sinanju Stein Ver.Ka and also some paint and detail parts. The only twist was we did not know what paint. We didn't even know if it was an acrylic paint, lacquer paint. We didn't know the colors, as well as some detail parts to use along with the build. So if you follow us both on Instagram, you would have seen that we did do a live video unboxing of the kit along with the paints. If you haven't seen it, then I'm glad you came to watch the video because I'll be going over those paints again. So lucky us, Adam at USA Gundam Store actually sent us SMS paints. He gave us 5 paints each. We both have the same exact set. The SMS paints are Signal Red, SMS Bright Blue, Barley Gray, Dark Sea Gray, and Field Blue. So again, we had no idea what colors we were getting. And as you can see, this does look like a very muted down color scheme compared to the original kit, with a little bit of a twist, obviously having the Signal Red in here. We both also had the same detail parts. So we were actually given these 3D resin printed parts. These here are actually pretty cool. I've used them in the past. These kind of look like heat sinks, and some Simp Pro models, Photo Etch Detail Set 7B. So there actually was a fun little set of rules with this. So the only rules that we were given by Adam were we have to use all of these paints and we have to use these detail parts. We can use different colors of paints, but we primarily need to use these colors, and we do have to implement these detail parts along with the build. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see what Tom is going to do on his channel, and there will be a link in the description below so you guys can follow his build along. But let me just go ahead and tell you what ideas I have, and in the next video I'll go through the actual paint process and probably actually attaching some of these detail parts as well. So let's check that out. Now, as I've mentioned in the past, I hate snapping kits. It used to be just because I would break a lot of pieces in the process, but now more than ever, I really enjoy putting the kit together once it's actually all said and done and all painted. What I ended up using was this Tupperware container that I got from Dollar General. I think this was like $5, and I just used masking tape. So I have all the leg pieces, the torso, head, the waist is over here, arms, backpack, any weapons, and then I always have a little cubby for miscellaneous. And this isn't necessarily like random pieces. These are just any pieces that I know are going to be special colors outside of everything else. A couple things about this build: they do come with like the master grade 3.0 hands. These are the fully articulated hands. I hate these hands for a few reasons. One, they really suck as far as cleanup goes. I did the best that I could to get all the nubs off without actually damaging the part. I have them in this weird strong hand look because this is actually the easiest pose to start with when you prime them, and then you can straighten them out, paint them. So these are a real headache to paint. I will most likely be using the 1/100 scale MS hands option part set once I pick that up off the ground. But I've used these on my Casval's RX-78 build. They should fit. I'm going to paint and build both of them just to be fair, but I think in my final build I will go ahead and use those. I do like the aesthetic, and they are a lot sturdier. So as far as colors go, I think what I want to do for paint is use Barley Gray for anything that was actually white. So this will definitely tone it down. but I plan on actually highlighting a lot of this kit. And I think one of the strong suits for this is going to actually be highlighting or post shading, however you like to say, and giving it a real pastel color. So I will be adding in some of Mr. Color's MS white. This is kind of like a grayish white on top of this. So I would spray this as the base color, add some white, tone it in, and I think that's going to really give it some nice tonalities. Anything that was the darker gray, so a piece like this, I'm going to keep it with dark sea gray, and then again add some white to some of the surface levels to really make it pop. The fun color here, this bright blue, I think anything that's this color is going to be bright blue. I'm going to go for a real bright blue pastel color. For you purists out there, just deal with it. It's going to look awesome. I'm going to go with bright blue, and then again add some white to it, give it nice pastel shading on top. I really like this idea. And then I have two ideas for what I want to do with field blue. Off the rip, I'm thinking, hey, this would be a really, really cool inner frame color. But my second idea would be to actually throw on a metallic base for the inner frame, thin this out. Now, SMS paint is actually really good. You don't have to thin it out at all, but I'd probably thin it out and then see if I can either spray this or even some more of this bright blue on top of this metallic and come up with like a Sinanju Stein blue frame kind of idea. So basically turn this into like an aqua blue tint on top of that and make it like a blue metallic frame. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with the red. I know that if I mix these two together, I can get like a lavender, but I think I'm gonna definitely start off and make the helmet all red, give it a red head, and everything else very what you call it, like red head. These metal pieces would be red, this piece here would be red, and then see where I can actually add more details. I know theoretically that sounds kind of boring, but with the idea that I have in my head, I think it's going to work out really, really well. As far as these pieces here, I'm going to go ahead and see where they lay on certain pieces. The dead giveaway would be to add them on the back of the backpack somewhere, or even on the shield. So I'm going to see how much of this I can use. And as far as these photo etch pieces goes, I'm either going to drill some holes inside of the armor, set those pieces in, or find some spots maybe on the sides of the knees or elbows where this is going to look. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to paint photo etch. I do have some photo etch primer, and then we'll get into that because nobody likes plain old photo etch. You got to paint your photo etch, people. So that's what I have for now. Again, we are both doing the same build. We have the same products. In the next video, all these pieces will be clean. They'll be washed up, and they'll be ready to go on skewers. And I'm going to go through the entire paint process. And I know I've never done it before, but I will try to paint on camera so you guys can see how I paint, especially the technique that I use for adding the highlights. So let me know what you guys think, what ideas you may have for me, but I'm definitely excited to go along with this. If you haven't seen already, there are tons of decals for this kit, and that's the favorite part of every build for me. So in the next video, which will actually be very soon because it's not going to take me long to prep this, you guys will see what this starts looking like with some primer and paint on it. So I hope you guys stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll catch you on the next one.